Hello everybody, it's Ramadan, as you know. I hope
Hello?
everything. Huh?
Hello?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Right, Rosa,
On the other
what are you doing?
She's for corner Islamic values. She's good.
Assalamu alaikum everybody, it's Ramadan as you know, and we're talking about my favourite topic, Iftari parties, the fun and the joy of it. Personally I love Iftari parties, I loved hosting them, I like going to them. It's so much fun with all the food, the prep before, getting family and friends over, and being able to open your fast together. And I think it's very important for the youngsters to get involved, because I think it just encourages all our children to know why they fasted, the reason behind it, and families getting together and also praying together. I mean, I love that when everybody is in the room and there's men in front and the women in behind. I don't know how, but 20, 30, 40, 50 people can all pray at the same time. Within seconds,
counting all of his room.
but it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun, and it's probably what I like the most about Ramadan, because I think I get to share my experience with everybody. Some people are having good days, some people are having bad days, and I find after Iftari we all eat, and within an hour or two most of the children, the boys and the men are off to do Tarawih. So the women get the house all to themselves, and we tend to pray at home, do our Tarawih at home. So yeah, I love it. And what about you guys?
Well, I'll take the negatives, because some women do suffer. It's a month of is it a month of self-indulgent or restraint? Holding a dinner party is is stressful enough as it is, but doing an iftar party, it's a whole different level.
Yes.
Everybody has to be sat at one time. So it can't be ladies go first, or and it has to be open at certain times. And the pressure of the whole thing, and if you plan this extravagant iftar party, you're left with big chunk of your nights which you would have spent praying is gone, clearing up and and preparing the night before. So Isha and Tarawih at the mosque is definitely missed, because our iftar parties they go on till early hours in the morning, and then it ends up with suhoor.
Yeah.
Exhausting. So
but those are the memorable ones that we've had. I mean,
yes, but there's other times in the year we can do this. This is month for praying and making the most of each the reward is some rewards at times 700 one deed. So I rather make most of that and have the iftar parties after Eid.
So that means I'm not going to be invited this year at your iftar party?
Yeah, but I'll come to yours. I'll come to yours. But one thing we can do, not to make them so extravagant, keep them simple.
Yes.
And just have the khajur and water, do your maghrib, and then have your feast, and then make it clear to all your guests that you are going to do your tarawih, for the men in mosque. So if they want to join them, they can do in the mosque. Yeah. So they know that they need to finish on time. Yeah. Because last year, it just got ridiculous. I wasn't finishing till after suhoor. Yeah. So that was the night before I was preparing, and it wasn't just one party. It was every weekend.
Yeah. So we were really.
So we were so fully booked up, and this year I said I'm not going to hold any iftar at mine, and if anybody invites me, I'm going to decline politely. You're not meant to decline invitations in Islam, but this time I'm going to make my point clear. Sorry, that I want to use that time for ibadah, because last year none of my boys got to go to the masjid for tarawih. So because we were having them during the week and weekends, so it just left no time, and the pressure of the whole thing, like you're cooking all these dishes you can't taste, and usually I don't taste my dishes, but in Ramadan when I can't eat, I wonder if this is right, maybe I should put some more, and usually it doesn't happen when I can taste it, but I know that I can't taste, so I'm always wondering what I've done wrong. And
I think it's a big tradition in our culture as well, Bengalis, that we've always had forever iftaris, because there's a tradition where families come and always send iftari for the sisters or the daughters in the families. Yes. It's a big tradition for ours. So you tend to eat with different people every day, or get invited to different homes. We have to keep it in perspective. Yes. We have to do it, and remember the priority is the salah. especially the men go to the mosque. If anything is hindrance in that, then you are to cancel or to postpone or whatever. Nothing stopping you from leaving, nothing stopping you from going there, attending, which is sunnah. There is hadith about sharing your food. If you have food for 2 people, you are meant to invite a third. If you have enough food for 3 people, you are to invite a fourth. So we need to be mindful that are we really, is it now turning from sunnah, is it turning now into like a punishment, especially for women, and all that waste, is that going to be negative for us, which most likely is. We should, I've always gone to iftaris where women share the burden, especially if you have got a lovely supporting family and there's other members, different members bring different things, and it's always a joint thing. I think nobody goes empty-handed, and the host person is always, of course it's more work for them because they will do the tidying, the clearing up afterwards, but the women are mindful and we need to help each other out. It is nice to feel, to feed the fasting. You do get lots of reward for that.
And I have said to my family members and my friends, I've already put it before Ramadan, I put it into place that we're going to do 1-dish parties, that that we can all share and we can open our fast together, because I do know it's a lot of burden upon one. It's usually the woman, because obviously the men are working, so it's a lot of preparation. It's great fun, but it's a lot of preparation for one person. And you do miss on your ibadat. And I think with us women, we tend to hold a lot more fast when when we have those days when we're not fasting. So it's a bit easier on us because we can taste the food and we can prepare it for everybody. But otherwise, it is very difficult for us to do.
One thing we could do, which I was thinking this year, I could prepare the whole iftar and then send the whole iftar.
That's harder because you have to get it all out. I've done that as well. That's really hard because trying to get iftar out to other people at the same time, and you've got to get the boys and the husband to drive, the drivers to drive it off. And you don't want to miss anybody out because people get offended. So we have all of that. So I think just do it, come around my house, it's easy.
I'll just do it for my neighbours then.
Without getting into too much detail about how we manage the food, I just want to add that are we aware of the food shelters everywhere? Because in order so we are not wasteful when you are having these gatherings and things like that. Some things you can't fridge or freeze or of course distribute because you've got the namaz times. I know that gets in the way as well. Shelters, sadly there's lots of people, Muslim people alone in these shelters, and whether they're Muslim or not, our food is going to go to waste. So do we know our local one? Do we know where they are? I think we could actually all do a bit of legwork.
There's an app. There's an app, it's called Olio. So you put on there whatever you have to give away and somebody will message you and they'll come and pick it up. So I think that's a good idea for you. That way you sharing your food.
Yes.
So I think that I'll be using that.
Does it only apply to Muslims?
No, but you can feed anybody.
We also mustn't forget the ethics of food taught by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said we shouldn't overload our stomachs. We shouldn't eat so much that we're overloaded. He also said we shouldn't waste so much time on making so much variety of food. Be mindful, and also wastage due to lack of care. We shouldn't waste, like you said. We should be mindful that whatever food is left over goes to the appropriate needy people. So we're not actually putting them in the bin, wasting them. Ramadan does bring, iftar parties does bring people together. No doubt about that.
Yes, it is fun. It is fun. But then there's a lot of time spent on idle talk.
You pray together.
But we do pray as well. Don't forget, we still manage to do Tarawih when we're together. We still do all our ibadahs together. We may talk about Islam. Perhaps this year we could put quizzes in for the kids before.
But don't forget,
the younger ones and for ourselves.
You're really trying. I'm not going to do an iftar this year.
Okay, but don't forget, you're also feeding people, which you're getting reward for. So if there are parties, you will feed people, you get the reward for that. Like you said, you pray together, and sometimes like you were saying, one dish parties, so that we could also help tidy up and not leave
we do
it.
get a
not
lot of
leave
that.
it
Yeah,
for
we
the
do.
host.
Yeah. We do one dish.
Yeah.
Forever I'm making Deva list.
And I think your idea of finishing at a certain time is excellent.
Yes.
If we say, okay, come together, have the iftar, because we also
you call
want the
it.
reward.
That's it.
Yes.
And then just leave
the door open.
Yes, and just leave at the appropriate time so you don't miss your prayer, and you do get your rest.
Another way to get the guest out is saying, you're going to go out to Tarawih.
Yes, they can wash up. They can wash up.
No, she said that. She said that already. She said she's going to go to the mosque. You don't have the house to yourself.
Yeah, you can wash up and clear up while we're gone.
But it is fun, you know, in all, it's fun, it's getting everybody together. It's the spirit of Ramadan. I find when I have people over, the kids are happier, we're all happy, but when we're on our own, everybody becomes very lethargic. They do their prayers, and then they're sort of exhausted. But I find they have a lot more energy because then they're right, okay, you're going to Tarawih, you're going to Tarawih, and they're all going to Tarawih. And regardless, even if they're at your house or whoever's house
They do pray.
They do go
with giggles.
It's the holy month. It's the holy month of Barakat. So if we're bringing the young and the old together, friends and family together, it can only be good.
Yeah.
But if we're mindful of the time wastage and the food wastage, then it can be. It is a good thing. It's a good thing. So we'll finish on that note. Hope you enjoyed our topic today. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll be happy if you comment and let us know what your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And share your experiences and what you do to make your iftar parties easy.